weren't harassing that one time.
No. I'm talking about the ones that hunt Wookiees.
That's
Lorray
Trandoshans.
just like looked up a conspiracy that Trandoshans are like making up the higher echelons of Imperial high society. And
Lizard
is like, yes, that is exactly what I'm going for. No, he just completely fell into a lizard person conspiracy.
Yeah.
So he's gonna be like looking around, trying to figure out like, yeah, salt water directly to the eyes. Yeah, that's how you can tell. Okay, yeah. He's gonna try to like figure out how to make like some. No, just literally gets a spray bottle and is just like, okay, yeah.
Where's Z?
If any of them act sketchy, this is how I'll know. Yeah. And just gets ready to make a complete farce of himself.
Right. And while that was happening, Santa, after the shooting, he went back to Ivar's room to once again contemplate what his life now means.
Randomly sees Lorray and licks her eye somehow. Goes crazy.
Sorry, what? Did you just say that Z is going to turn into a Trandoshan just to spite Lorray?
I was like, she just like randomly licks her eye somehow.
Oh.
Those things like, can you touch your tongue to your nose? Can you touch your like
tongue to your eye?
Yeah, can you lick your elbow? It's like, I can lick my eye. He just turns. He's like, hey, Lorray, lick. He's like, ah.
Yeah, Lorray, you're just like walking out of your room. You walk past the girls having girl time, and you see Z lick her eye.
Z doesn't have a tongue.
Yeah, Lorray would. If that happens, Lorray is going to try to spray you with salt water, and then I'm assuming you're way too dexterous, so it doesn't work. And he's just like, did you just lick your eye?
Yeah.
No.
Okay, but that doesn't.
Yeah.
Oh, that doesn't happen though. Okay.
That doesn't happen. Just joking.
Okay, peanut butter toast.
All right.
I guess
I think we
Cora would have spent, however long it's been since I was gone, in and out of their room, just writing like a stack of papers with like 3 cups of coffee. Like, you probably know where they've been because there's probably like a coffee cup left or just something like that. They're probably, I guess you have me in the lounge. I'm probably still over there just finishing up things.
Did we find a discarded cup of coffee near the hot tub?
Are you asking me, or are you?
Well, we were at the hot tub at some point yesterday, or last session. So I'm asking if Cora went to the hot tub to do paperwork at some point when we weren't looking at it.
Why would
but,
she
we're just
in a hot
putting
tub?
breadcrumbs in?
I mean, paperwork and coffee or water, I wouldn't expect to be a thing, but
I mean, coffee.
Yeah, fair enough.
Well, I'm not bathing coffee yet.
That's only if you're forging documents. No, that's tea. Wait, you're using paper?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is. I think that's plant abuse. There's so many better ways of doing that.
There's still a lot of paperwork in Star Wars.
Oh, that's horrible.
A lot more plants, a lot more trees now. So I mean.
Yeah, galaxy of plants.
We had to use Kashyyyk for something.
Isn't that what every planet is?
Oh man, Rosha trees would make the worst fucking paper ever, because their wood is so strong it can be used for starship armor.
A droid made out of wood.
Yeah, you could do that. Wookiees do that kind of shit. They make everything out of wood. Like Amish people.
I mean, they had a lat ship that was made out of wood.
That's gonna be some very uncomfortable toilet paper.
Nah, Wookiees use bidets because they got hair and shit.
So when a Wookiee does it, it's base, but when I do it, it's cringe. I see how it is.
Yes.
It's the same reasons, too. Come on, guys. It's 2020, damn it.
I guess I'll, like, eventually, like, where's everyone at?
You might have seen a large blue streak out of the corner of your eye go off mumbling about peanut butter toast. Lizard people.
He always has peanut butter on her, so I mean...
Like, are you genuinely trying to get Lorraine to start?
I mean, you know she has peanut butter.
Person.
She eats peanut butter like Winnie the Pooh eats honey.
Yeah, like, but like, Lorraine is also starting to get to that point too, just because he doesn't know what else to eat, and this is a safe food. So, like, I don't think that's as much of an alarm bell as you're thinking it is. No, like, licking your own eyeball would be, yeah.
I would say it, like, she's peanut butter. I think I'm just saying. You know that already.
Yeah, but I don't understand why that's a thing. Like, I don't know that... I don't think lizards generally eat peanut butter.
I just heard you mumble something about peanut butter.
Yeah, peanut butter toast. Like, that's what Lorraine's been eating for a week, and is going to continue eating.
Okay, I thought,
like, that's what,
I
that's
thought
what
you
he
were
lives
saying
off
it was
of.
something, like, connected to the lizard folk, they eat peanut butter or something.
No, but that would be a marvelous realization, and would probably cause Lorraine to starve to death. So let's not go down that road.
Have you seen Lorraine? That guy isn't going to starve to death for 20 years.
Yes, but it'll happen. Do you have any idea how long it would take me to, like, go grocery shopping? Ooh. But yeah, Lorraine pops some toast in a toaster, gets a jar of peanut butter out. Can't find the smooth stuff, grabs some crunchy.
We were talking on the way to the place, right? So I guess we get there while we're talking?
Sure.
Does Cora come in eventually to talk to us, or is it just like we usually come there?
Yeah. I was trying to figure out where everyone was at to, like, not just be like, okay, you know, boom, hello, people.
Girls were in the conference room.
More credit, but yeah.
The girls were in the conference room, and the guys were in the hangar.
Did Z ever add chain to the ship for the security alarms for the hot tub?
I don't know. I don't know if you know how to do that. I love the idea to do all that.
Alarms would be going off then.
Immediately stops what she's doing. The hot tub's in danger. She just runs off.
Hot tub's in danger.
Is this like a
all spells are cast, like everything.
A shield wide.
Hot tub is in danger.
A ship wide like thing going off, or what?
Yeah, like a button gets pressed to lock the ship down and stuff.
Code blue, lock the peanut butter up.
Yeah.
Hot tub's in danger.
That's what happens.
I guess Cora runs over to the kitchen because I guess they saw Lorraine with like papers like shuffled in her. What's going on?
Hot tub, hot tub, no time to talk. Yeah, it just runs by.
This has never happened before. Quick, hold this. Lorraine gives you a jar of peanut butter and starts running.
Oh no! You hand it just falls on the floor.
What? You didn't immediately take something into one of your hands after being told, "Here, take this." In a panicked situation?
Yup, because last time someone gave me something out of this crew, it was sticky and I didn't like it.
Oh no, this was a fresh jar of peanut butter, but okay, there's a fresh jar of peanut butter on it's on the floor, that's fine. Lorraine has the one that's kind of messy. He's going. Running up towards the hot tub, jar of peanut butter.
Yeah, Rhea would be trailing behind you guys with her blaster drawn.
Is Santa the only one we haven't had a reaction from yet?
Santa's crying about Ivar in Ivar's room.
B?
I am here.
Hi. Did you have a reaction to an alarm going on and people yelling?
Santa very calmly just walks out, pretty much expecting that it's just going to be some of the same dumb bullshit.
Hmm.
And I walk up to it, and I'm like, oh.
These lightsabers
Santa's
are where's the bad guys? What's happening to the hot tub?
General. These alarms went off once I passed through. Get in.
She's a few seconds. She's like, okay. False alarm. The hot tub's fine. He like pats it like it's okay.
And who knew it was some dumb bullshit?
Is this gonna happen every time I walk through to use the hot tub?
It shouldn't happen anymore. We'll fix it.
Okay.
So I should add him to the registry, right?
Yeah, sure, I guess.
Okay.
As long as he follows the rules. Are you following the rules?
Yeah. Lorraine back there said showers are recommended and no armor in the hot tub, and I mean it's kind of common knowledge and respectful of swimming or relaxing area.
Yeah, that's what I thought too, but apparently it's not common knowledge to some people, like savages, I guess. I don't know. I mean, contracts getting signed.
Oof.
Do you often have savages visit your hot tub?
Apparently. It's getting better over the last while.
What's the problem?
Fine. False alarm.
Oh.
I thought I did something to deserve an execution by the general. Lightsabers are lit.
Nah, it was just thought the hot tub was in danger.
Okay, Shane would just step out the hot tub, put a towel around him, and just walk out, go to his room.
I mean, it's fine. You can stay in the hot tub. I mean, I was saying I thought it was in danger because the alarms are going off.
I mean, until I get put onto the registry, the alarms are still going.
I thought it did. Like, did this happen? Assumedly, I'll turn the alarms off.
Yeah, she turned the alarms off and she's like messing with the whole control panel right here.
Oh, yeah.
Z, why did you insist on making an alarm just for the hot tub?
If someone tries to hurt the hot tub, I mean, just it worked.
It is a hot tub.
Huh?
Wait, Shane, what were you doing to hurt the hot tub?
All I did was walk in to get in. That's all.
Did you remember to take a shower first?
Yes, I made sure I told you I'm not some savage.
You didn't, like, walk in with slippers or anything. Like,
Oh, no.
I don't know, it was, Wait, is this like a general alarm, or? I don't understand what the problem would be.
Okay.
It wasn't on the list. So, like, the idea is only people on the list know the rules of the hot tub.
You. I really don't know your name. Go ahead and take me off the register real quick so I can show Lorraine what happened.
No, it's fine. I think Z just explained what was going on. I think I understand now.
Okay, never mind. Don't do that.
Yeah, I didn't know that there was a register.
Well, I'm gonna go get dressed.
Also, are you, like, bad with names or something?
Oh, no, I wasn't introduced to her yet.
My name is Liliana. Don't forget it.
I'm not gonna forget one of the general's friends, or are you acquaintance, apprentice?
Apprentice. Yes.
Alright.
Yeah, she's like doing all that, like not even taking her eyes off the thing.
Well, I hope no more surprises happen.
Why, are you afraid of surprises?
I'm not afraid of surprises, there's just an alarm going off. I'm becoming friends with the B2 battle droid. I see a droid come out of hiding just in front of me. I'm probably going to swing and punch it.
Yeah, Are you sure you want to come to our diplomatic mission if you're going to be that jumpy around droids?
No. I'm saying if it's in front of me, I'm going to be scared, and I'm going to punch as a reaction.
Okay.
Yeah, you sound really jumpy. Do you need a nap? I mean, I know it's the morning, but do you need a nap?
Wait, it's morning already?
Do you need to sleep?
Oh.
Did you sleep last night?
Yeah, I slept a little bit. I thought I had some time to kill before you arrived. Are we there already?
I'd have to ask Rhea. I don't think Lorray saw Rhea at all. So I don't know. I'd have to see.
You saw her running past behind Z, like she was up there with her rifle, just like whoo, you know.
Oh, cool.
No intruders.
Yeah. I have no idea. Hey, Rhea. How close are we to the droid thing?
We haven't dropped out of hyperspace yet. You'd hear a noise when that happens.
Oh, okay. Yeah. The diplomatic mission.
I mean, plus the general asked me to basically be at my best behavior during this mission, so I'm not going to do anything stupid. So.
Yeah, but you're talking about how you're going to punch a droid, so can you understand how I'm thinking that you might not be living up to that?
I mean... Okay. Say I was invisible. You're just standing there, out of nowhere. I decloak in front of you. Stealth generator. What is your first response?
Calmly assess the situation. I mean, if it's you, I'd probably punch you, but that's because that's you.
Point.
By the way, I feel like I should point out our shared feat alert. You just aren't surprised, if I'm not mistaken?
No, I know, I'm just saying.
Yeah, you just can't be surprised.
Yeah.
He says PTSD, whatever. He's just saying that, yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay. Yeah. Oh, yeah, so this was like Chain trying to reach out for common ground. Yeah, Lorray doesn't empathize.
Just like, oh, a moment. Nah.
Okay, yeah, no. Okay, so, like, I understand what you're doing. I understand that this is, like,
Yeah,
okay,
like
no, this is probably a
down
common ground thing, and I'm telling you, okay, no, it's good that we're doing this, but no, this is not a common ground thing. Does that make sense?
How he said calmly assess the situation, yeah, it's different.
Yeah.
See, here's I think your misconception about an invisible droid. If an invisible droid just kind of comes uninvisible in front of you, it probably doesn't want to attack you because it's invisible. If it was invisible, it would have just shot you first.
Yeah, well,
oh, yeah. Like a laser bolt just coming out of nowhere, that's something to panic a little bit about. But like something just showing up, that's something you can calmly figure out what's going on with.
He's like, I have an invisible droid somewhere. He's visible. He's hiding somewhere.
I'm just saying. Certain droids and I don't go along well.
Okay. Punch my droids.
You know,
has Chain noticed the spider droid?
Yeah, he's noticed it's
yeah, just the
down.
deactivated spider droid just sitting up there.
He doesn't care. Does not care about that droid.
Okay.
The Empire had a bunch of those too.
Did they?
Yeah.
I didn't know. Okay.
And he's like, yeah, and also we hide the hot tub in here because one, it keeps it safe, so no one can get to it, and two, people will assume this is where all the valuables are. So when they come in here and break in, and they're like, why is there a hot tub in here? And they spend too much time distracted by the hot tub. We have time to come and get them.
Alright, well,
I'm looking for your valuables, but then where do you store your valuables?
I don't have any valuables. That's the trick.
Oh, that is a trick.
I'm gonna go get my gear together since it's morning. I thought it was still evening. I woke up, took my shower.
Do you think we have like just jewels and stuff hiding on the ship somewhere?
Z's only valuables are off planet.
Yeah. Like my things are like the things that actually cost some money is like the hot tub and the speeders and I don't know normal
And
things.
life.
The ship. She doesn't cost money. What?
They're talking about your wife. Like what's valuable to you isn't about money. It's about what means something.
I was just saying the things that would be like cost money that people could steal. Like
yes,
things.
you two are using different definitions of the word valuable, and you're both right.
But I said valuables that are worth money.
You later clarified, but you did not initially state that, I believe.
And when she
Which
said
is where the
when she said
misconception-
when she said on planet or he said on planet, then I said valuables that are worth money, and then they said it again, and I was like, no, worth money.
Oh, I was just asking because you said this is where they would think valuables are, so I didn't know if that meant like you were hiding valuables on the ship, and just anyways, it's fine. As Shane said,
Z tucks her bag behind her back. She hides her peanut butter.
Wait, so like Z sees that Lorraine has a half-open jar of peanut butter in front of her.
Not her peanut butter.
Sure.
That's the good stuff.
Okay, yeah. No,
Z
so you got the
eats
smooth
said
stuff,
peanut
this is the
butter.
chunky. What is Z's preference for peanut butter, crunchy or smooth?
The only way peanut butter got on the ship is Z, anyways.
Yeah, so like, does Z just cause every type of peanut butter to come up?
No,
Does she draw the line at peanut butter with jelly mixed in?
No. The other peanut butter is it's another distraction. It's the shitty peanut butter.
Yeah. So is the shitty peanut butter crunchy or smooth?
No, whatever shitty peanut butter is, it's probably smooth, right? I mean, crunchy is probably better. I don't know. So, like,
I love how after they ask that, Spike is like quiet. They're contemplating, what kind of peanut butter would she prefer?
Yeah, I was thinking of crunchy. Like crunchy, it'll be kind of weird to have stuff on like on her nose. So yeah, so hers is probably like gourmet peanut butter or something like that. It's like special. Probably not that
gourmet,
special.
Like grape jelly mixed in with the peanut butter, or just the
plain peanut butter.
So like
it's like extra. Yeah. It's like how like how things are super expensive for no fucking reason, even though it's probably not any better than normal stuff.
Yeah, it's actually worse because it's more expensive.
Probably, I don't know.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, got like your shea butter or something. You just think it's peanut butter; it's just shea butter. I don't actually know what shea butter is. I think it's used in like skincare or hair care or something. You're just actually eating lotion.
Lotion dyed brown.
Yeah.
She would do a lot of work just to do it, even though she could have bought regular peanut butter.
Yeah, it would have been better too.
Probably cheaper.
The ultimate prank would be to replace all the peanut butter with just melted chocolate.
This is a really shitty glass jar with a like note written in crayons says peanut butter on it.
And Z falls for it.
She's the one who threw it.
Yeah. Oh yeah, if it's her trap, yeah, she wouldn't fall for it.
Her own peanut butter.
Wait, what has Lorraine been eating this entire time?
It is shitty peanut butter. I don't think she would go through that much trouble.
Shitty peanut butter.
I mean, when I say shitty, it's just normal peanut butter, right? I mean, there's not really. This is a
no-name brand. Gourmet.
Yeah, it's just no-name brand peanut butter.
It doesn't have hazelnuts in it. What kind of peanut butter doesn't have hazelnuts in it?
Does Walmart have a peanut butter?
Yeah, it's like Jiffy.
Okay, it is Jiffy? Okay.
Yeah, like normal peanut butter is what you'd get at Walmart.
Yeah, I just know there's a great value peanut butter.
Probably.
You got great value peanut butter.
If you want me to blow your mind on this, I will, but we don't have to talk about great value. Basically, the peanut butter companies, Jiffy, they sell their below standard peanut butter to Walmart, and they just rebrand it as their own. It's Jiffy.
Yeah, like, I'm drinking great value bottled water, but I mean, it's bottled water. Who cares?
I mean, they probably didn't take that from a bottle company. They probably just use their own tap.
It's fine. He's better.
Sure.
Are you guys okay? You guys kind of like looked at each other. It feels like you're having like this mental stare down or trying to communicate with each other. I'm just.
Who?
But anyways, Lorraine, see, I imagine all this is happening above game. So
Yeah. She's like, it just narrows her eyes as she puts the bag behind her back, and she's just like, everything's fine. Slowly backs away.
Lorraine's just sort of realizing that he's eating shitty peanut butter, and he didn't know that that mattered until now.
It's off to hide her peanut butter.
I guess I should submit these forms and go get more elegant dress wear since we're going on a diplomatic mission.
Actually, Cora, you mentioned that you've dealt with a lot of people in the business world, right?
I mean, more or less. I've had, several clerical jobs, including cash handling. I was a heater and a cooler, and I also dealt cards and some other things. But yeah, more or less. Why?
Dealt cards. Okay. Well, I was wondering if you've had experience with bigwigs. People in high positions of power.
I mean, it depends on in what context. I mean, yes and no. I got my job through a bigwig, but he's not the bigwig. But I mean, I mostly. Is there a branch in particular, or?
Well, I was just. I've heard that there's some body double sort of situation that's been going on in higher society more so recently. And I was wondering if you had any tips for, like, avoiding people that are in disguise, that are maybe taking advantage of a body double. Do you have any tips for telling if someone's not who they say they are? Like, maybe if they're pretending to be a different species?
Well, I mean, it really just depends on the species. The galaxy is pretty big these days. But I mean, whenever
do you know how to tell if a Trandoshan is trying to pretend to be a different species?
a what?
A Trandoshan.
I'm sorry.
So this is episode 5, the bounty hunter. Lizard person, bounty hunter.
Mosk.
Oh, I mean, Nick doesn't know. I don't. I have no idea.
Oh, I thought. Okay.
Yeah, I'm just going with the fact that I don't think Cora has dealt with the Transdoshan. So.
You probably have. They're not rare.
Okay, not rare. Okay.
Yeah, they're about as prevalent as Wookiees, so they're around.
So, I mean, I would imagine that maybe their skin. I mean, there's technology, I guess, to make you look like someone else, but I wouldn't know about anyone trying to like body double. I mean, these days people just pay for the anonymity, just being anonymous. It's cheaper than hiring someone to be a body double, unless you're like really worried about someone like killing you. But I mean, corporate.
Well, okay, so I think I led you down a little bit of a wrong road. I'm not worried about someone being a body double to necessarily put someone where they should be. I'm worried about someone being a body double because they got replaced.
Lorraine,
and I was wondering if
you need some help.
Well, I'm asking for help on how to identify when someone gets replaced like this. Like, I was reading up somewhere saying that if you spray someone's eyes with salt water, if they got replaced, their eyes will get really dry and they'll want to lick it off. Do you know if that would work? Or if you have a better way of figuring out if a Trandoshan replaced people in high political power situations?
Well, I mean, it would depend on the race. I don't know. The salinity of some water may cause irritation in other people's eyes, and that might be a normal reaction for people to have.
Of course. It needs to be pure salt. Thank you. Right, sort of like runs off and is like, got my answer, okay.
You know what, maybe I shouldn't.
Whereas now in the kitchen, like, getting a fistful of salt. Just gonna put it in a pocket.
Pocket salt.
Pocket salt, exactly, yeah. Hey, he doesn't know how salty alien eyes are supposed to be. Maybe that person is just really salty. The spray bottle of salt water is not going to do anything.
Like, I threw some stuff in his eye, and then he wiped it out, so he's an alien.
Exactly.
I feel like Core could have prevented this, but, you know?
That would have... No. No. I don't think Cora could have.
Just kind of goes to their room and just kind of like, I imagine like an old-timesy fax and just like puts like a handful of papers in the thing and just like sends it off. Gets dressed, comes out. She's in a more elegant like white dress. And I guess she goes to the kitchen and just sees Ray dumping salt in his pocket.
Yeah. I mean, he has one pocket full of salt now. I'm gonna throw that salt in somebody's eye, probably.
You know, I'm not gonna ask, but why are you worried about people being Trandoshans?
Well, I was hearing about how people were like getting replaced recently, and you know, I don't want that to happen to any of us. You know?
Is that a problem on your ship?
Well, it's a problem for the galaxy. I mean, if we can't
I must come from a really small side of the galaxy. We don't really worry about people being replaced. Typically, if they get replaced, I mean, it's just another body to work in the mines, but yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So it's not just like your average Joe and Schmo, it's people in power. Like, we're going over to where there's going to be a bunch of diplomats going on, which is prime hunting ground for finding people to replace. So it's not exact. If we were just on a mining world, it wouldn't be a problem. But we're in probably high society something. So
okay, but
I gotta keep an eye out.
What if the Transdoshan just doesn't like the way they look, so they, you know, change the way they look? I mean, I like the way I look, but I mean, I'm just saying.
You want to look like a Wookiee or something?
No. I love the way I look. I'm just saying, you know, other people may not, you know, agree with the way they look. They may see other races and envy their beauty and decide, I want to look like that. Would you, what's the word, not give them that? Wouldn't you want them to be the best person that they wanted to be?
No, that sounds very weird. Wait, is this about that Ewok? Are you trying to... You know that guy is just really old and just in the woods somewhere. You're not trying to, like, do anything with that, are you? Because that's kind of weird.
No. Like I said, he could die in a fire.
Okay, well, I wasn't trying... Yeah, I don't really understand where this insecurity from you is coming from then, because...
I think you're reading too far into it, Lorray. I'm not insecure. I'm concerned that you're... You know,
actively shoveling and compacting more salt in his pocket. Like, no, I don't read into anything too much. No, this is entirely measured.
I'm more interested in your reading material. if you would, send me a copy to my room so I could read it sometime.
Have you heard of 4chan? Because I'm going to assume that Star Wars doesn't have a difference between normal 4chan and then this. No, have you heard of 4chan?
Galactic 4chan.
Galactic 4chan.
Have you heard of Galactic 4chan?
Is that a person? I don't.
You know what? I'll send you the link. You're gonna need at least 8 VPNs, though. It will corrupt your datapad if you don't.
R4D.
She kind of gives you the shifty eyes as she's making another 82-ounce thing of coffee.
No. It's fine. I won't send it to you when you're on the clock. It's fine.
Yeah,
and then he just leaves.
Yeah. For the ship's intercom, you hear Chain, hey, I don't know who was in this room before me, but you have some weird-ass porn in here. Can I dispose of it?
Which room is Chain in? Would any of us know?
Not necessarily, unless you went to an intercom to see where it was coming from.
Well, okay, I was mostly wanting to know that above game, because I don't think this is something Lorraine would interact with. So, no, Lorraine would not know this.
I mean, Z's busy getting dressed, but I mean, Z, if she hears it, will probably. I mean, she probably has an intercom thing in her room because probably she's gonna have to deal with all the fucking calls. So she's just like, I don't care, but you might want to ask Santa. I don't know. He's super sentimental of Ivar's stuff.
Yeah, then I just call for Santa to get up here to the second floor room area. First door.
Alright.
So, top left of the third map from the left?
Yeah.
Wait. I feel like I'm... Okay, that room. Okay. That was not Ivar's room. Okay, got it.
Why is there porn in there?
This was the original room. We got scorched. When this got added, he went up here.
So he moved all of his porn that survived.
Yeah,
no, that's a fresh porn.
Yeah, that's Ivar. That was Ivar's last room before he died.
So it's 100% Tuscan then.
No.
When the tastes are most refined.
No, his credits went for the TV that Blue shot.
So what? This is just some really shitty free porn that he just downloaded?
My guess, it's probably Dathomirian.
All VHS tapes.
All
VHI.
of Mother Vex's old videos.
Anyway, Santa walks in. Santa walks in and looks at all of Ivar's old stuff in here.
You want this? Because if not, I was gonna jettison this out into space.
I will take it.
Okay.
And Santa's gonna start collecting all of Ivar's stuff.
This is awkward. Okay.
Do you get crunch sounds as you're picking them up? As they
yeah.
Magnetic tape crunches, just solid plastic makes way more noise than it should have.
There's some actual paper books in there too. The hard shit to find.
Yeah, hard shit. Like used tissue.
Yeah. Yeah, and then I just leave Santa up there going through all of that. I head to the cockpit.
They say the smell recovered threefold that day.
Yeah, Santa's just gonna look over all the... God damn it, murders. Santa's just gonna look over all the stuff that was Ivar's and keep the things that he knows that aren't easily replaced. As in, actual sentimental things. And Santa will then just set it into one box and then just set out a box with all the nonsense stuff that doesn't need to be kept or anything.
Okay.
And he's going to take both those boxes, and he's going to put the first one where it's all of the actual stuff that belonged to Ivar that was, not that's irreplaceable in this room, or in Ivar's old room, and then just set the box with all the other nonsensical stuff, mostly the porn, next to all these crates, so that we can just drop it off at the whatever place, sell them, do whatever they want with them. Just leave them for some kid to find.
The Goodwill.
Oh well, that's off to the New Republic space.
And it's not the first time that someone's donated porn to Goodwill.
Yeah.
Imagine, like, that's gotta be a war crime to send Ivar's porn to the New Republic. And that can't be kosher.
Sir, we've gotten a message from the Imperial enemy. Well, bring it up on screen. Let's see what they have to say. Oh, scum. And then just...
The problem is their eyes burn as they watch it.
Yeah.
It's just chemical weapons only.
Sir, the operation was a success. The enemy commander is blind. The enemy...
It's just a mimetic virus. Like, some actual SCP shit.
Yeah.
The New Republic said it has all committed suicide.
Jedi Order has fallen because they've all turned to the dark side after seeing this.
Just want to go outside. This is the good shit. Come on.
Just watching it gives them stiffness.
Yeah. Okay, so Santa, as you're hiding the porn crate, okay, as you're placing down the crate, clearly labeled Ivar's porn, right there in the open for all to see. That's when you would all hear boom as the ship exits hyperspace.
The porn in that class back goldfish.
I can't tell which burn is hotter. That, or what the porn gives you. But yeah, Loray's gonna try to dress up in the closest thing he has to an officer uniform, which is like barely civilian clothes. He, like, steps up. Still has the sand pocket, or sorry, the salt pocket, but also a holster because I'm not gonna give up Yujune. So just normal civilian, except giant fucking gun. And also one pocket is way too full.
Okay.
Shane would hear like slurping sounds coming from behind him.
Well, yeah, I walk in and be like, "Hey, R2, what's up?"
Yeah, as the R2 unit turns around and just looks at you, it just and immediately turns back around. The beep sounded panicked.
Maria, I think your droid hates me.
You probably gave him a bit of a fright when you met him, so I don't know.
Yeah. Fair point.
Did you attack the R2 unit?
No, I was trying to use. I asked them to. He set up the holo transmitter for me. I didn't have clearance, so kind of freaked out and tried zapping me. So Z walked up.
I can see why you have mistrust of droids. They don't seem to like you very much.
I don't have a problem with R2 units, gonk droids, house droids, probe droids. The biggest fear was the commando droids when we first ran into them.
I'm just, Cora's just like nodding her head as you're like, I've got no idea what this man is talking about. Have you tried being nice to them?
Nice to commando droids? Our programming was to kill us clones efficiently.
But I mean, times have changed now, right?
I don't know. Oh, my time serving the Empire, if we came across clones, we were told to just terminate them right away.
So if you met someone who was also a clone, to terminate...
Oh, not clones, my bad. I'm sorry. Flashbacks of watching my brothers die. No, any droids from Septus Army.
Oh. Well, you seem like you've had a rough time. Do you want some coffee? And she kind of holds out like a giant 84-ounce thing of coffee.
A black coffee?
No. It's probably like sugar is all hell.
A hard pass.
Suit
But if you make black coffee next time, I'll definitely drink coffee with you.
Oh, I mean, my coffee machine is going all the time. You could just grab some.
I mean, the right direction.
I mean, it's in the kitchen. I mean, I guess I could put it in my room, but I mean, it just seems unruly. I don't want people to think I've got a problem, you know.
Anyways, are we here? Is that the ship we're getting on, Rhea?
Yeah, outside the viewing port. Chain, you can very clearly see one of the large versions of the Providence Dreadnought. Seeing this ship brings back uncomfortable memories. However, it's just kind of hovering near a space station around going around a gas giant.
Yeah, I don't know if Rhea and the RT unit will be paying attention, but yeah, Chain will be grabbing his Westar. Like grasping it like hard. It doesn't want to let go.
I'll be back in the bathroom.
Yeah, it's
I don't know.
my weapon.
What is a Westar? Because I'm thinking of West Nile.
The
So I assume
Westar,
it's bigger than a virus.
Pistol.
the Westar M5. It's Chain's rifle. Was the favorite weapon of ARC troopers.
Favorite weapon of ARC troopers.
Yeah.
So I played Battlefront 2. So like, was it that grenade lobbing thing?
Don't trust Battlefront 2.
Okay, well, I think the thing I don't trust was like I watched and played that as a kid. So,
Oh, you're talking the old version. ARC troopers
yeah.
were not.
No, I'm thinking of the Dark Trooper gun.
Oh,
But
no, that was an arc caster that shot lightning.
oh,
Yeah.
okay. So what's the gun like then?
It is a big ass blaster rifle with a missile launcher on the bottom.
Okay. Was it one of the ones that Lorray was able to take apart yesterday?
Yeah.
Cool.
The one he took like firmly from my hands because you have not seen one, so it's like, okay,
Ooh.
new gun.
Yeah, he firmly grasped it, and you feel. I'm sure it made you feel very seen. As parts of your individuality were explored that maybe you don't get shown off very often. Or, you know, some other thing that I can make sound way more gay than it actually is. Oh yeah, but so I'm only bringing this above the table because I know somebody left. But yeah, Lorray was here for 3S being blown up. Like that was Rhea, Lorray, and Ivar just in a room together, and like, hey, I barely met this droid, but yeah, we're blowing it up. Okay. I think that was like the second or third session I was here.
I'm back.
Welcome back.
Bonded over murdering a droid or something, yeah.
Yeah, we did.
Do you like pina coladas?
I like penis.
Okay, moving on.
Yeah, did R2 or Rhea notice that, or
Notice what?
because they were like Rhea was talking to me, and I know R2 is constantly like trying to watch me if I'm around him.
Yeah, they notice. Rhea doesn't seem to really care. Like, okay, people brandish weapons here all the time, whatever. R2, like, yeah, you can see he's looking back quite a bit more now. Like Rhea's like, come on, eye on your job, R2.
Are you okay there? You seem a little tense.
Like, I'm having flashbacks. Let's just get this over with.
You know, I'm sure there's some like person you can see that can just like, I don't know, stick a tube up your nose and like fry some part of your brain that makes you forget about your past. I mean, this is going to be an issue for you.
Nah, it's fine. It's just a process I need to get over.
Okay, just want to make sure. I mean, do you want me to like hold your weapon for you so you don't like accidentally, or?
No. I'm gonna holster it, and if needed, if they ask for my weapon, I'll give it to them peacefully.
I mean, if it makes you feel any better, I'll hide a knife somewhere.
I already have a hidden weapon just in case.
I mean, but if they find it, you better give it up to.
If they find it, yeah, I'll give it up.
Yeah, what were you trying to hide?
My holdouts.
Your holdout blaster?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure... Give me a sec to check something.
Still have to roll sleight of hand for it, even though
I'm pretty sure you have advantage with that kind, with like small weapons like that. Yeah, at the hidden property, you have advantage for that, for trying to conceal weapons. All right, yeah. Because it's a hidden weapon. It's a little gun.
Why did
you got
Cora?
What is Cora hiding?
I'm hiding my sniper rifle.
Your sniper rifle does have an attachment that gives it hidden property, right? And disguised as well, right?
Yeah, so
what's it disguised as?
Well,
a briefcase.
That one is actually what is it? 19.
It was advantage.
So it was advantage. But
well, you have the 26. So yeah.
So it kind of looks like a flat square pauldron, and it kind of sits on one half sits on one shoulder, the one sits on the other shoulder. If you kind of look behind her, her two hands are kind of holding them in place, but you can only see her with two arms like a human. She basically looks human at this point.
Yeah. Chain, you got your holdout tucked nicely in under your chest plate. Nice and hidden, easy to draw. Yeah.
Santa doesn't need to, does he?
No, because yours is within you. And you're a P2 super battle droid. Everybody knows you have guns.
I'm packing.
Yeah.
As soon as I'd walk out, it'd be like, General, you look different.
Yeah, getting dressed. Go do work.
Okay.
I was
about to say, is a Visibot showing himself? Because
he showed himself right now.
Yeah, you see a commando droid there. Looks a good bit different than the others, and he looks like he has some kind of collapsed electro staff on his back.
I look at him. You and I are going to have problems, are we?
Not unless I am ordered to.
Who do you work for?
He just points at Z.
And he's like, who do you think he works for? What?
You just see Chain put his hands up. The one droid I fear is here, my presence. I've got it. Oh.
What? Did you think I just hide on this ship and hang around with these people for no reason?
I didn't even know you were on the ship till now.
Wait, are commando droids the real lizards?
Pocket salt.
Invisibot, I need to know, could you replace someone?
My model is designed for disguise and infiltration.
They used to kill my brothers and put on our armor and pretend to be us.
Correct.
The thing that gave them away is when they would say "Roger, Roger."
That's good. Okay. What else do you know about making sure that commando droids don't impersonate people? Is there anything else?
They're just really good at assassination and impersonating people.
Okay, so if a stormtrooper suddenly gets good at their job, it's probably a commando droid?
Highly trained merc, bounty hunter, assassin.
Yeah, so none of those things are a stormtrooper.
Oh no, this is typical of somebody wanted to infiltrate the Empire, like newer Empire soldiers when they started being regular
stormtroopers were paid based on their hit accuracy.
No. They're
well paid.
You have your stormtroopers, then you have us clones who, from the Republic, to being stormtroopers who were well trained, well accurate. But anyways, we have a diplomatic mission to do, so I'm trying to be on my best behavior. Going on a Providence ship for the first time without being in a war.
Yeah,
you know. Feel any better? This is my first time too.
Yeah. So Z turns around and goes, "Oh yeah, I guess we should talk about this real fast." So I've used to just do things by myself for a really long time, and it was real easy. I just had to deal with me, and I can deal with me. But over the last however long it's been, I've been dealing with people like you guys, and I've kind of gotten over that. Like, I try to help people. People are fucking crazy. So here's the deal: if you do anything stupid to get me in trouble, I'm just gonna kill you. Is that cool? Don't do anything stupid. Any of you? It goes for like the older guys too. This is kind of old at this point. It's an accident. I can understand, but if you like say like, hey, I'm gonna do something stupid, and I say, hey, don't. That's something stupid. You're like, I'm gonna do it anyway. Don't get back on the ship after you do it.
Seems like you have to deal with this a lot if this has to be some kind of conversation you have to have now.
Yeah. Same thing with the hot tub, right?
I mean,
if you like Chain, if you see one of these droids and you're like, hey, I don't like his face, I'm gonna murder him, and I go like, no, don't, we'll get in trouble, don't do that. You're like, I'm gonna murder him anyway. Just like walk away from us and do it, and then like don't, and when you get in trouble, don't come crawling back to us. And Corey, if you decide to try and like, I don't know, sell someone some kind of real estate and they get mad at you and they try to kill you for it, don't come crawling to me for help. Like I don't know, whatever. And I guess New Blue, if you decide to like have a new conspiracy in your head about how droids are, I don't know, replicated themselves as people and start trying to kill the droids.
To be fair, you have a point, but that's only if it turns out that one of these officials just wears full body armor and starts acting differently after the meeting. And I think at that point, I'd be completely justified to be suspicious.
Yeah. You think whatever you want to think. I'm just saying. Santa, don't
will
go
need
crazy.
a taser, but yeah, we can talk about that later. Yeah.
If someone bumps into you, Santa, don't go crazy and kill them all.
So these people aren't interested in any real estate? Should I put my flyers back?
Try. They're droids. Like, do the real estate have droids on it? They only like droids. They're trying to get as many droids as they can.
So what are humans doing here? Or not humans, sorry, us.
Oh, we're gonna do
a peace, right?
Yeah.
I mean, between who?
Between the droids and the Empire.
Zinja's Empire.
Yeah. And Santa's here to get Slutty Betty registered.
And that's the spider thing.
Yeah.
I'm going to change her name to Just Betty.
Okay, Betty, sure. Better. I have to explain the whole thing. Why is Slutty better? The guy on the last guy like to fuck robots. It's pretty easy now.
I mean, fair. Okay. Well, I mean, I'm just here to look pretty then, I guess. So, you do you. I'm just gonna look at things.
Does your character look pretty right now?
Yeah, they look elegant. You would imagine that they're not. Oh, what's the word? Meeting royalty or like really like, what's the word? High-paying people. Yeah, they look good.
Not hairy at all.
Not hairy at all. Yeah.
Right.
You can. It looks like makeup is out. Stuff like that.
And so it gives you a look up and down, like, okay, cool, good job, thumbs up. Okay, guys, let's not get in any more trouble than we need to for no reason.
Santa just looks at Chain and like, Chain and like, behave, Ivar.
Cut to 3 hours later, everything's on fire and it's everyone shooting at each other for no reason. It's like, God.
Just the starships are gunning each other down, Everything's firing and everything else. Battlefront 2.
The quick clip to everyone saying what they thought should have happened or what was going to happen when they did the thing they did to fuck everything up.
Yeah, the real question is, how does Murderous fit a real estate sale, Commando Droids stealing everyone, Trandoshans like doing that, and also Liliana getting like Z in a compromising position or some shit? I don't fucking know. Like, just how can it go as wrong as possible?
I already have an exact idea of how that's gonna happen.
Like all of this? Fucking great. Okay,
yes.
Well, I'm buckled in. Yeah.
Time to write that down as the possibility.
This all floats on the droids and a clone. And how well diplomatic ties go through.
Yeah, it's just like that one Rebels episode about the strategic CIS guy and Rex having to team up and fight off the Empire. Only
he's
it's
a
realistic.
Super tactical droid. His name is Kalani, and they did him wrong in that episode. His voice, it was nowhere near as sexy and intimidating as it was in the Clone Wars. And he was crazy.
Now who fucks robots?
Still Ivar, because I wouldn't fuck him. I just think his voice is sexy.
Okay, but like the Clone Wars one, like I get it. Not everyone ages too well. It's kind of weird that a robot didn't age too well, but it's how it goes.
Oh yeah, you go look up General Kalani's voice and tell me it's not sexy.
Hey, I'm not saying that I wouldn't fuck a robot. I was just trying to include you in the you would probably fuck a robot too if it was the right robot.
Well, no, I wouldn't fuck him because I ain't gay, and he's a male robot.
I don't know. It sounded like you wanted it.
This is the usual. This is the usual thing when girls can call each other sexy, but guys can't be like, "Hey, bro, nice cock." Yeah.
Okay, as if Shadow the Hedgehog is not the epitome of masculinity.
Real. Awesome.
I mean, you can, but then you get labeled as the weird kid at school.
Pro homo, exactly.
Yeah. Everyone liked me though as a weird kid at school, so I was fine with that.
It's because you're pro homo. That's how it works.
Because I do it with confidence.
Not that I think that things will go wrong, but if things do go wrong, what then?
Lucky to you guys. I mean, I know what I'm gonna do.
I'm just
Be
saying
on the side of the craziness.
Okay, so just common sense. If
Whoever is
I
under
need
the
to
bus and
defend
walk away.
myself because things are happening, and obviously not my fault. Things happening.
Hey, yeah,
That's
defend
different
yourself. Whoever
yeah.
fucks up, throw them under the bus, move away. Separate yourself from them as much as possible. So you probably got taught this in, like, I don't know, your PR firm or something. I don't know, something like that.
Yeah, well.
Yeah, That sounds like the corporate world.
Yeah, that.
Throw
Separate
Throw 'em under the
yourself.
bus.
Yeah, throw them under the bus, separate yourself from it. Act like you never knew them. Get up Lex Luthor in the fucking in the Harley Quinn show.
I know how to.
He does
how
not
these
represent the
things- I
Legion
was
of
just
Doom.
Okay, so yeah, you guys are currently on the Starship Remnant. You didn't. That's where we docked.
Okay.
So you guys are out in their main hangar.
To do this. Let me see.
Based on that, there was a lack of a Star Destroyer. You guys knew there was a bit of time before the negotiations that he wanted to hear.
Okay, I look meh. Not that great. As I leave the ship.
Yeah, there's a there's like a trio of 3 B1s just like they're waiting for you. Kane, as soon as you're exiting the ship, everywhere there's separatist droids everywhere.
They're shooting immediately. It's like, goddamn.
B1s, B2s, you see some commandos walking around. Some of the weirder commandos that look like Z's droid walking around, though very few of them. And you thought that these things were rare as hell. There's a B3 Ultra Battle droid walking around in the hangar.
I mean, flashback. See dead bodies everywhere and start shooting.
Yeah, it just unholster, like grabs his main blaster, just grasping it tightly to his chest, just walking. Okay. This is the worst. I wish we were fighting them and just blowing the ship up from the outside.
Yeah. So when you walk up to the B1s there who are waiting for you, one of them just like pulls out data pad. Hello, Miss Z, right?
Yeah. Wizard Z.
You're here to meet TX-83.
Spot. Yeah, sure.
Roger. Yeah, we're here to take you to him.
Okay.
The rest of your party is allowed to. The droid seems a little distracted by Chain there. Is something wrong with him?
Clankers everywhere.
That's in front of him. He's fine. Just a little shaken up after hyperspace. He gets a little nauseous, you see.
PTSD.
Roger. Yeah. You guys are allowed to... The rest of you are allowed to come as well?
Heck yeah.
Follow.
Yeah. Destroyed cost.
Yeah, Z like says hi to all the droids she knows.
Yeah.
If she knows any of them.
Yeah,
She probably thinks some of them look alike, but I mean, she's like, oh yeah, that's that one I hung out with that one time. It's like, not, but it looks just like them, so she's just like, yeah, that's that one.
Does Santa see Bia?
You did see Katex's ship in there, but you didn't see Katex or Bia walking around. And also after the droid coughs, you hear the other one say, "Hey, good impression of the general."
Santa turns to look.
Wait, General. No. Oh no.
What happened?
They're doing a Grievous thing.
I straight up. Did you guys serve under Grievous?
Huh? What was that?
Did you guys serve under the lunatic General Grievous?
Lunatic? I don't know what you're talking about.
No, according to Master Skywalker during the days of the Clone Wars, he was a lunatic.
Yeah, and General Skywalker was a war criminal. So...
No, he wasn't.
He did kill several younglings.
You don't know that, Santa.
I know.
I mean, hey, I don't think Grievous ever faked surrender and then crashed his starship into the enemies, so... Yeah, and the droids will just continue leading you guys along.
Yeah, but at least he didn't sit there and sacrifice civilians and kill them off if we didn't get our way.
Actually, was the Tuscan thing public knowledge? Because that is definitely killing civilians if you don't get your way.
That was not public knowledge.
Oh,
Or was when Vader went back to Tatooine and killed off the rest of that tribe, and then another tribe built a fucking shrine to him.
They didn't build a shrine to him, they were terrified of him.
hey, the vengeful god has their due.
Yeah, they were scared of a deadly ghost in the desert. Yeah.
So it was more of an effigy.
Chorus, cover your ears and sing along. Yeah, your public propaganda about war crimes can go suck on my compressor. So, yeah.
You know what? I will take a battalion of UB-1s any day.
Santa stops and is like, "Oh no."
She just keeps going.
Ivar's gonna Ivar.
Walks by Big Bot and fist bumps him or something.
But that one, I will surrender to right away. I'm one clone. That is massive.
I mean, I beat him up. Not that tough. Got him on his hand or arm. He got, like, I don't know, turned to a bad guy and I had to beat him up and knock him out. It was actually pretty easy.
So far, I'm just glad I'm not seeing any IG units.
That's the
the corner of your eye.
that's Bling Bot. Yeah, I beat him up too.
So you told us not to start any fights, but it sounds like you beat up most of these people already.
Well, that's how we met them. They tried to attack us, so I beat them up, and then we made friends. Then I had to go save this guy, the big guy, and I point back to the big guy as we're walking away from someone that stole them from this place. I became more friends. That's how I got Invisibot as a reward for helping. That's it.
Correct.
So is Invisibot more droid, or is he like Santa, who's more like a person? I don't know. It seems kind of weird that it's like if you saved me, then I gave you my child.
I am not a slave. I was simply assigned to this task.
Yeah.
I'm not saying you're a slave. When I meant to, but it just sounded like the way she said it was. I was awarded you. I don't know. It just seemed possessive.
Yes, she was awarded protection from the division.
Oh, see.
Oh,
that
yeah,
clarifies.
like how she was awarded. I don't know. Like, there's a lot of collaboration that goes on with this. Like, there's some collaboration between the Chiss Ascendancy and Zanja's Empire. Like, that's why I'm here. Like, there's a lot of cooperation that goes between factions.
Okay. I was just. I mean, she made it sound like it was a prize to be won. I'm just not saying that your protection isn't,
So that might be like, maybe that's just like the way you think concerning droids. Maybe you should like analyze that about yourself and why you think that a droid would inherently be something to be won like that.
Santa's standing there the whole time, like, I am not going to say anything.
Oh, you're not going to point out Lorraine's obvious hypocrisy? Because he's probably like the most. Would that be technophobic? I don't know, but no.
And I mean, you were scared of Durasteel for a while, so you were scared.
He's like, I don't know, droids are like people. They can think and do stuff, so I mean, there's like people. So if I had one, it would be like a slave. So like, there's like work for me. It was like you guys, kinda.
Well, like I said, I'm not saying that he's a slave. Just the way you said it is, I won, or it sounded more
like he's helping me. He's here because I helped them.
Okay, what I'm saying is, you saying that you earned the respect to give them that they offered you protection.
That's a lot of words.
Yeah, but saying I won him Sounds like he was an object in a prize galley, and you hit the spot, and they gave him to you. Like,
I mean, if he was a person, I would have said the same way. I earned him.
If I may state, the way you are phrasing it, make it seem that regardless of species or if they were human or not, that you are now in possession of them as they are property.
Yeah, they work for me. I don't pay them. I mean, I don't.
So you are referring to Invisibot as property.
I didn't say he was property. I'm saying he works for me without having to pay him.
But you just said you own him.
Did I say that? I thought I said that he works for me without having to pay him.
You said you own him, and then you followed it up with that. And
I don't think I said I owned him. I just said he works for me. I don't have to pay him.
He does not own me. I am merely a unit within her team.
Yeah.
Just to be clear, he does not have one of those restraining bolts on, does he?
He has a fake one that I'm pretty sure you made.
Yeah.
I'm not here to bash you. Like I said, I haven't seen a lot of bots since I've left the colonies, and the bots there were mostly like worker droids and things like that. I mean, they got used till they couldn't move no more, and then they, scrapped them. So I mean, the way you said it was, I was just curious as to how things are done on this side of this,
The best way to describe it is that we are our own droids. We made our decisions.
Are they bots or are they droids and when they worked?
Oh, sorry.
I mean, some were bots. I think they were mostly bots. Like I said, anytime they showed personalities or started having opinions, they went to wipe them. So.
Sento's going to make an example, and he's going to grab his restraining bolt and just simply pop it off.
I don't know what that does.
What are you attempting to do?
Santa just takes his fake restraining bolt and pops it off.
His own?
Yes.
Yeah.
And he's going to then state, these are simply just for show in the places where droids are not allowed to be without them. It is my choice to aid the companions here. It is as well as Invisibot's choice. Theirs is also false.
Oh, you are correct. I should remove that. And he'd pull it off.
Sorry, I'm a little ignorant. I don't know what those are.
They are
now, his PTSD is going even more through the roof.
Cora, you would have seen these on most worker droids that they're restraining bolts. Just
also,
keeps them in line.
Also, I believe it is also Lore's first time seeing that they can come off.
Lore was there when you made the fake restraining bolts, I could have sworn, and has seen you take them on and off before.
Really?
And we already had roleplay where he's like, what the fuck? And that's when he initially learned that Z was okay with droids having free will.
Okay, I could have sworn this was the first time. Okay, never mind.
No, this has been dealt with before, and it was resolved that I don't trust them, but it's not my place to fix this.
Senator then just puts his back on the same place. I have chosen to be a peaceful droid, to fix the ships and do what I can to protect the crew. It is not in my control. My programming has been faulty for a very long time.
Wait, so do you mean to bash people's skull in? I've seen you do that several times now. So, do you mean to do that? Or do you not like it when that happens?
I do not take any pleasure when that happens. When I am damaged externally, my programming switches back to combat mode, and I am reverted back to my initial state of attacking those that are attacking me. It blends with my initial programming of protecting those around me. So it seems to collide and not so much meld, but coexist. But I do not take any pleasure in the aftermath of the battle.
Yeah, I'm sure the gore is really difficult to clean up.
You just hear Chain pipe up. Hey, I don't know what your numbers are, B1s, but do you have a Medroid so I can get some for my anxiety right now?
Cora leans over like really closely.
We should be passing the medical unit soon.
Just need a quick shot. So,
Hey, bro, you got any Xanax?
I got some Bronto sedatives.
no, just one shot. My nerves will be fine.
But what if you like get this shot and then the pain kind of like triggers something? Okay, man.
It's not like I'm fighting Dooku or Grievous, so I think a shot will be fine.
Who any of these people are, but okay, yeah. I mean, Nick does, but
eventually, like, the droids will stop. We did set up a small infirmary here for organics, because, well, we have one now, and sometimes they come in and out, clients and shit, so you do have this. Maybe you want to go in there.
Yeah, Chain just walks in real quick to go get a shot for anxiety.
Yeah, when you go in, when you go in there, there's a B1 in a nurse outfit and next to an actual surgical droid.
Look at the B1. Why?
Was that in game or above game?
in game.
No, I'm talking to Lorray. Lorray with sexy.
Yeah, no, that's above game.
Okay, because Cora would have had some.
Yeah, Shane, when you're just like, why? The V1's just like, they told me this is how nurses are supposed to look.
You're a droid. You don't even look dressed.
That's what I told them. They said I had to.
Oh God. You're not even a human. Why?
I don't know.
Not even the female protocol droids wear anything.
Stop asking questions. I hate this too.
Feel bad for you. You and I are natural enemies. I feel bad for you.
Stop asking questions. I hate this too. Existence is pain.
I straight up wild get a shot from.
Yeah, the surgical droid is just like injecting you with, what you need for this.
Like, my anxiety has gone down before the show because of this one people, and I feel so bad for them. I just look at everyone. If this was the Clone Wars and I saw you, I would take pity on you and not shoot you. I will try to help you get the fuck away from the battlefield.
That's a weird compliment, but he means it as a compliment.
The droid is just silent. He doesn't like this current situation.
Yeah. Our trooper, he's in a fucking nurse gap.
Yeah.
What do you mean kill me? I'm not good enough for you?
Like, as you're walking out, you're feeling a lot better as the drugs start to kick in and stuff, and you just overhear, seriously, why do I have to dress up like this? Because it is what nurses are supposed to look like. It sounded like the medical droid's voice.
Yeah, I'd pop my head back in. If you were serving under me, I'd tell that medical droid to piss off. You're a droid. You don't wear outfits.
Yeah, I'm the combat unit here. The V1 draws a gun.
Let's not incite rebellion on the ship, please.
Your femboyification has no effect on me.
Yeah, like he's ripping off the medical gown and the hat and shit, just and the face mask.
And I look at him. I salute you, trooper. You did the right thing.
Yeah, the B1 just starts yelling at the medical droid as you walk out.
Show the drugs. Bye. Katax is the one that programmed the medical droid because of Ivar. Doesn't know Ivar's dead. I feel much better.
Yeah, Chain is seeming much more relaxed. Sure, you guys hear robotic, screaming on the other side of that door, but yeah.
Blaster shots.
No blaster shots.
No E5 going off.
Yet.
Sometimes it just needs to be more personal than that first.
Mm-hmm.
Right. I mean, it took Santa not even half of his athletics roll to see how hard he punched a medical droid to break it.
Santa's just that beefy of a boy. Santa has no deficiency in iron.
That was a terrible joke, and you should be saying.
I will not be ashamed.
Yeah, so I guess you guys continue. As you guys are going along, at one point you pass what looks to be like a melee combat training room, and Chain, the fear that you had that hadn't been realized, that you probably had forgotten about at this point because you're calmed down, you got some Xanax in you and stuff, is realized as you guys pass by this like hand-to-hand combat droid training room. You see one of those a commando who looks a bit like Invisibot fighting with an IG unit, and a little weird to the rest of you. There is a second IG unit in the room.
Oh, no.
Yeah. They're dueling with electrostaffs.
Just to be clear, none of them are BIA, correct?
No, B is not an IG unit or a commando.
Okay.
I look back at Z and General, you fought one of these and lived?
Yeah, we beat it up. Took his crystal. Oh, he has a crystal.
Was it just you that did it, or was it a group of you?
I mean, there was a group, but to be fair, it was kind of just me. The other guys, they don't do too much, or did too much, whoever they were. It was cool.
Hey, I dealt with the tactical droid pretty well.
Just to be clear, this was during the time where Santa got pulled into hyperspace, correct?
You were gone for that session.
Okay, yeah.
No, this was at the bar. We weren't even there.
Wait, how many times have you fought a Magna droid?
It's murderous game. We fight a lot of things over and over again.
Oh.
You guys fought a Magna Guard once. Wait, no.
Oh, okay, so
twice.
there was the guards
twice.
with the tactical droid. So
Yeah,
I guess
yeah.
Spike
General
is
Thorn.
remembering the first time?
Yeah, General Thorn did have a pair of Magna Guards with him, yeah.
Yeah, and Ivar was fighting them when Santa jumped on the ship when it flew away.
Yeah, oh yeah, those guys, those are real easy. The ones without the crystals? Yeah, the ones without the crystals are really easy. He's special. He has a crystal. He can use force powers.
Crystals?
Oh no.
What kind of crystals are
I'll be back. I'm gonna go get another shot. There's only 2 of them. Should be fine.
Are you referring to like precious gems or
Like some special force gem that's like alive.
You mean a kyber crystal?
No, it's like something more special than that, I think.
Oh, like the zombie crystal thing?
Maybe. Like, may not the same thing, but kind of like it.
Hmm.
Well, there's some IG units. What's next? A tactical droid or super tactical?
I think we already blew one of those up. Might not have been working with... Wait, was it working with them?
All I know is they have like the best droids here. So I mean, if you're scared of like a scary, cool droid, it's probably here.
You don't understand. These things superiorly outnumbered us. Had more firepower. We barely survived.
Shrugs like sucks to suck, and she just kind of walks away.
I went through a traumatic event. Oh well,
Bet you did.
tough shit.
Can Santa see how nervous Chain is?
I mean,
You can
fact that
count
we
the
stopped
Xanax
for
pills,
drugs.
I'm sure.
You can make an insight check.
Beat them like Tic Tacs.
Yeah, my guess he just has like a little Pez dispenser with Darth Vader's head on it, and he's just popping them in every few seconds.
No,
I have a Darth Vader Pez dispenser in my room.
No, it would be an Anakin Pez dispenser because we looked up the Anakin the most.
Wait, no. It's just it's a Boba Fett one, but the head keeps falling off.
That's Django.
Whatever.
That's kind of funny, though.
I get it.
Oh no, my dad's head keeps falling off every time I go get a pill.
Okay, Shane, you decide. What does Santa get off an Nat 20 to read you?
I mean, you see Chain like switching his from his safety to auto, basically on his gun. He's scared. He's panicking. He's panicking. He's ready to go back and get another shot.
Santa just slowly approaches him like I would a wild tiger. Just like, Ivar, please calm down.
Name's not Ivar. It's Chain.
It is going to be okay, Chain.
For a minute there, I thought Santa was gonna say, "It's going to be Ivar now."
Yeah. You are Ivar. Like, my name is. Your name is Toby. It's like, goddamn, come on.
What's that a reference to?
Our roots with the Kuta Kinte.
I
just
know
kept saying your
that
name is Toby. Yeah.
I know that this is not
Oh.
a ideal situation to be in, seeing as you have had the previous history of being a clone trooper and being put up against many B1s, B2s, and other droids meant for combat abilities.
I'm one clone. If my brothers were here with me from my old squad, it'd be a whole nother story.
No, it wouldn't. A whole ship full of droids. Factories here to make more of them. Like, don't do anything stupid. You'll be fine.
I'm not gonna do anything stupid.
Z, not helping. I got this. All of these droids are much like myself. We have no qualms with combat anymore. The past has happened, and what's done is done. We cannot change what has happened in the past. No matter how much
You don't
we
understand. There was a shutdown for you guys at the end of the war. Why are you all still activated? That's what I'm freaking out about.
Well, the war happened a long time ago, and over time, people found a use for the droids that were mass-produced, activated them once more, created them as their own, and over time, they just were left once again, droids with no purpose, no leader, no real goal. But over time, we learn to find a purpose and try and become better. We may be droids, but we are still thoughtful.
Know what? Before I get more freaked out. Hey, Lorray, carry this for me.
What are you trying to hand him?
You see his main rifle, blaster rifle, being handed off to you.
No. Wait. No. I haven't heard blaster fire yet. This isn't a murder weapon. Okay. Is that droid that was like showing us around still following us around, or
They're still there with you guys. They're just like, I presume you're still following them and stuff.
Yeah, you said I was free to go around the ship, right? Or is this a guided tour?
You guys are allowed to.
Okay.
It's part of
I'll be
CC.
right back. I just need to drop something off back on our ship. Lorraine takes your gun and walks back. And yeah, Lorraine's going to be gone for a little bit as he sets the holdout blaster just on a coffee table somewhere.
No, I handed you. You don't even know about the holdout blaster. All you know.
Handed a gun to Lorraine. That's the description you gave me.
I was carrying my Westar. I handed you the blaster rifle.
Yeah, you're
That's
right. Lorraine doesn't know about the other gun. Lorraine knows about the gun he knows about, and is trying to put that gun away in a safe location where it's not going to get used, despite having a massive gun that's not even being hidden. Because nobody said we had to hide our guns.
No, no, but my character is freaking out and he doesn't want to cause a panic. Or a problem.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's not actually doing anything, but Lorraine's still trying to do this. Because, yeah. At least I think that would make sense. Does anything interesting happen on the way back to the ship, or is it all just fine?
Yeah, as you're going past that medical bay again, you're hearing like metallic banging noises. It sounds like somebody's being beaten to death.
I'm sure that's fine.
That checks out.
Yeah, internal politics is probably a lot different for droids. Like, definitely some prejudices showing up in there. Like, no, they've got tougher skin. They can handle it. It's fine. I don't fucking know. Like, what was that roll? Oh, okay, BRB. But yeah, just gonna guess.
Santa, looking at James, is going to just say, "Is there anything I can do to try and ease your stress?"
Nope.
I am sorry to hear that.
As long as those two guns are out of my way, I'm gonna be fine. Won't think about it.
These droids are peaceful, but they prepare for the worst.
You just hear Kane tapping his hands to songs he's heard from cantinas.
Get jizzy with it. Da, 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 da.
It's going to be great when Santa gains chains of trust.
Yeah. So, so Lorraine went back to the. Where did Lorraine go?
To the ship.
Okay, back to the ship all the way.
Back to the ship. All the way. I drew a purple gun where I put the holdout blaster, and then Lorray goes back and gets lost along the way. Shows up some other time.
Okay.
Like, eventually, yeah.
So, the rest of you would have made it to the bridge by now. So it's everyone but Lorray, right?
Give me a minute.
Okay.
Before I get antsy,
Yeah, they're
Well, hold
they're
on,
like
hand it
talking
to
to each other.
I pull out my holdout and just hand it to the super tactical droid. It's like, I'm outnumbered. You're smarter than I am, and you probably have a lot more practical plays you could pull out right now if we were to do something stupid. So here.
Wait, so you're saying that you went to the bridge and pull out your gun while approaching...
No, I handed it to him.
Yeah, so
the
your hands
barrel
on
in
your
my
gun.
hands. No, my hands on the barrel, handing the grip and ass end of the gun to the tactical droid.
Yeah, so... So yeah, as you guys are entering, you see these two droids. They're having a conversation. Most of you know who they are. And Chain just walks up and pulls out his holdout by its barrel and hands it to the super tactical, saying all that. And they're both silent for a second before the tactical takes the holdout. At least a clone who understands his inferiority.
Do you know him?
I'm not inferior, but I know when I'm outnumbered. I'm not stupid.
But yes, TX, I will ensure that is prepared. And he's like going to leave.
I look at Boss Bomb like, who's that? New guy?
Do you not know? You delivered him to us.
Did I?
Ivor gave the head.
I believe you and General Thorn had quite an interesting meeting on Seleucami.
I was Thorn?
Yes.
Okay, he looks different.
We cleaned up his design.
Okay. He's like, yeah, I beat him up too. I look back at everyone.
Yeah. TX-83 goes and sits in his captain's chair.
Wait, Chain's confused. Why are you leading and not the super? Okay.
Because I am the leader of this faction. Well, the head of the Triumvirate.
Yeah, they have a group.
Okay.
It's like things about like, I actually beat up 2 of the leaders except for you. The only one I haven't beat up yet was you. Because I didn't have to. Can you even fight? You're just a smart guy, right?
I am capable of combat when necessary, though it is my preference to avoid it.
Yeah, that's what I figured.
IG-93 and B-372 are in roles controlling special forces and ground operations for a reason.
That's what I figured.
They are better there. And I see you have made new acquaintances?
Yeah. Kinda. So that's Cora and that's Shane. Shane might try to kill you guys eventually, so just watch him.
I think
Ha
that's
ha ha ha
highly.
ha 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 ha. The idea that a single clone would defeat us.
I'm just letting you know. Just in case. You know, sudden movements around him, he might start punching or kicking or something or biting, I don't know. That's some like PTSD stuff.
Understood.
Told you, no commando droids pop out in front of me that are cloaks.
Yeah,
We'll be fine.
I'm just saying they might happen, so I'm just letting you know when it happens.
Okay. Bridge defense units, reveal yourselves. And yeah.
Your eyes when you.
Yeah, several of the Magna Commandos, as you guys are familiar, just kind of like jump up onto the little walls between little sections of the bridge and uncloak. None of them have their weapons drawn.
You just hear Cora, very her breath going, cool.
Exactly whenever that order comes in, Lorray steps in too, just to confuse Chang. Like,
What?
Hey.
Seeing all of this, I'm getting some serious deja vu for when Ivar tried to make an example.
But we have
Example
time
two.
before the negotiations. Remember when you tried to attack Betruger and Z ratted on you, and so he brought a whole bunch of dark troopers in the room, and you were fucked up. You were just destroyed by them. Destroyed.
Yeah.
But yes, we have time before the negotiations. So I wish to know about Admiral Betruger, being he is the one I will be talking with.
More like bitch Truger.
That's what I was thinking. He said it kind of. As he's kind of like, I don't know. He's a super serious military imperial guy that really likes the Empire. Kind of standard. Hard as nails, tough dude. Well, I guess
Common organic commander.
Yeah, he kind of reminds me of you a little bit, where he's kind of like just probably kind of more in charge, but couldn't really fight that well.
Understood. Do you know what he may try to demand?
I don't know. He seemed kind of racist, but I guess droidists.
We are used to organics discriminating against us.
Yeah, that's what I figured. But you know, I talked to him about it. Better not to make enemies, more enemies than we need for no reason.
Yes.
What do you guys want?
We plan to request compensation for the damages suffered when they attacked us. We need to probe whether or not they have evidence of the strikes we have committed against them. Our orders are always to remain clandestine.
Wait, you guys attacked them?
Are you not aware? You assisted in one of those strikes yourself.
I mean,
It was not an attack against the Empire, simply a job.
When you were helping the Mandalorian, right?
We have provided assistance in contracts against the Empire for the New Republic, Mandalorians, other groups, though we have and while we have not exactly performed jobs for the Empire, we have taken contracts from Imperial units or certain members of the military and government.
Here's a neutral party. I got it. Yeah.
Correct.
It's like bounty hunters, kind of. Contractors.
We prefer the term mercenaries. But some of the damage to the remnant has still not been repaired.
I don't know if they're gonna be like agreeing to like giving you money, because I mean they're already kind of having to deal with not having a lot anyway. I mean, I don't know. I figured you guys would just like do like a peace thing of saying like we don't attack you, you don't attack us, and we just like kind of deal with that.
It is evident you do not have experience in peace negotiations.
Yeah, I was just here to make sure y'all don't kill each other.
Yes, and I thank you for that. But I am certain that I have determined the chances are 500 to 1 that he would not try to demand anything of us.
Yeah, I guess I'm just here to listen to you guys' demands and see if they're reasonable or not. To be like a neutral party in the whole thing, I guess. I don't know.
Yes. Our preferred form of compensation would not be monetary or resources necessarily. Rather we seek something else. There are various useful shipyards under Zinj's empire's control. We seek a slot at one of them to build a ship to increase into a fleet.
Oh, okay,
we would provide the resources for building it ourselves. We have the blueprints for an older model.
Yeah, that probably can be easily arranged, because like if they're not using it right now.
Yes.
They just hear Shane in the background. Why not just build another clone army while we're at it?
If my data is correct, that took 10 years and cost billions of credits just for the initial growth.
Not to mention, you can just source soldiers from your population. Like, what's the point of having people if you can't turn them into soldiers anyway? So,
or you can simply build your soldiers and outnumber the entire galaxy.
This is America.
Well, I mean, you can also, let them be entrepreneurs, and then they make money, and then you can ask them for donations and such. Money speaks a lot. You just said millions of credits. I mean, if you just pull your youth to fight in your wars, then there's no one to make you money, and that's also pretty sad. Sorry, I shouldn't be speaking.
No, continue to speak. You clearly have some ideas.
Yeah,
Your name was Cora, correct?
Cora Q, and she kind of gives like a bow, formalities.
I presume you are a businesswoman, based on your current attire and mannerisms.
That would be correct. The thing, droids, and I don't mean this in a weird way, is that you're more efficient at doing work. And while that work is always going to be, your work, that's what you can, you're not as tireless as, flesh, people with muscle and stuff like that. So that's always a key component in negotiating prices. That's always going to be able to get you a lower cost efficiency. Oh, am I cutting out? Can you hear me?
Yeah. I heard you just fine, but you might want to repeat it.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Sorry. So you're going to get better. Your cost of maintaining facilities is going to be much lower. So I'm here for financial. What's the word? Nick is blanking. God. Monetary advisement. If you'd like, since this is something that Miss Z would like to accomplish, I don't mind rendering my services free of charge, pro bono.
Do you like, yeah, Z struggles. I don't really care. Like, I just kind of get money and spend it because I don't need it.
After them saying that, Sam's gonna go, ha ha ha, bono.
Yes, bono. No.
I could help you set up official trade paper routes if that's needed. I'm pretty informed of the clerical necessities. The modern bureaucracy tends to pose a problem for those that are more digitally inclined.
Negative. We will not be requiring that.
Fantastic then. The only other thing I could say is, if any of you used to use, if you said you were missionaries, or if you looking for work, I work for a travel agency, and we're always looking for people to keep other people safe. If that's something you seem interested, I can get you in touch with our HR department or droid department, droid resource department.
Escort jobs in defense contracting is something we have done in the past. We can look into that.
Oh, fantastic.
So you may want to discuss that with IG-93.
IG-93, absolutely. I will get their designation, or where they're stationed, and follow up with them.
He should be currently training IG-112 and a group of Magna Commandos.
Can you re-put that name so I can put that in my notes, please?
Here are the names.
Thank you.
Yeah, Z's like, I mean, I guess if we have time, we can go talk to him now.
Yes, you can do as such.
And go, like, help beat him up or something and show training people, I don't know.
Roger, roger.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, I mean, I don't want to intrude on your business, Z. I hope that's okay.
We don't have anything to do right now, we're not doing it. We have to wait for Petruga to get here.
Oh, okay, fantastic. I'm sure this will be mutually beneficial. I look forward to working with you.
Understood.
So I guess Cora will back up and.
Yeah. So you guys leaving? Or?
We're gonna go to the training thing.
I look at Chain. I'm like, you just gave that droid your pistol, and then it walked off with it.
Wait, I thought you gave me your pistol. You had a second pistol? Why would you even give me your gun?
Well, it sounded like typical Ivar, always giving up his weapon.
No, I gave Fleury my rifles.
Yeah, and then you went up to the big droid and gave him your pistol. Right? Or did you just show him the pistol? Like, I have a pistol, here you are. I don't, and then it walked away.
No, I handed it to him because in my head, because in Chain's head, this super tactical droid is normally the one in charge over the tactical droid. There's two of them.
Since one is super and the other wasn't.
Yes, we're not talking about like why you would respect them. We're talking about like why you would give them your gun.
That's a Ragnar thing. He likes to hand people his weapons. I don't know why.
Yeah, one time he lost a lightsaber because of it. Don't hand a pissed off Wookiee your lightsaber, because it will get crushed. It will get
Classic Ivar. Ha ha ha.
But now he's now he gave a droid his gun, his pistol, and it walked away with the pistol.
You gotta get that back. It was a gift.
Can I get my brothers in arms back?
Like I said, I can get it back. It's just gotta go find him.
Well, not anymore. You're dead.
Leaves the ship. He's like, what? No, get back here with my pistol.
Yeah, you're fine, General Thorne. He's leaving. Yeah.
Sorry, I'm really like high on Xanax right now.
Oh, you can really.
Can I get my pistol back, please?
Oh, Nick, I thought you were saying that you were high on Xanax right now.
No.
It's like, oh, okay. I didn't know that. That's why you wanted to play Cora Q. You just wanted to downplay.
Downplay my drug.
Yeah. No, it's one way to get really into character.
Right?
Yeah, honestly.
You don't get high on Xanax before you play characters that are high on Xanax?
I mean, I've been high on amphetamines when I've been playing multiple characters before, so yeah.
Of course. That's why Lego Yoda is high on ketamine constantly. You just wanted the excuse.
Well, no, that's part of the meme. That's why I make myself Lego Yoda as the DM. But yeah, so continuing on, you guys are going to presumably that combat training room where you guys saw that shit happening?
Yeah.
Okay, so those B1s have left. They assume you can find your own way around now. Yeah. So when you guys pretty much just trek your way back. Yeah. When you get there, yeah. You're seeing a Magna Commando, a duel with a Magna Guard you guys haven't seen before is IG-93 and what looks to be sort of a class in training watching.
Remember me, he's stronger?
No, it's golf rules actually.
But I mean, like, what if they run out of numbers?
Well, if the droid suddenly becomes better, the previous good droids then turns from like a 1 to a 2.
Like they what happened to all the other numbers? What happened to IG 94, 95, 96?
Yeah. Yeah. Z. Just like watching them, yeah, you can tell IG 122 is moving a good bit slower than IG 93 did when you fought him that one time.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh no, 92 is worse than 93. The golf rules, they're in danger.
122 he's lower. He's weaker. So golf rules do affect.
Oh, 122.
Yeah.
How was I 30 off? That's
Then they're their names. He's like, hey, what's up, Blingbot?
Yeah.
Hey, I think Cora wants to talk to you about stuff. I don't know.
Ooh.
Bossbot told us to see you. I point at Cora. That's Cora.
What is it that you require?
Oh, sorry, I'm new to the Z expedition team here. Yes, so I represent the ETA, the Imperial Travel Agency. I've heard that you were looking for jobs that could help, pay, or jobs that pay.
Which Imperial faction are you aligned with?
Neither. None. I think we actually share a common ideology. I mean, I I don't work for the Imperial. I don't work for the Empire. If you allow me to make money, that's all that I really care for.
Give me a moment. IG 122, MBX 35. Both of you, sit down. Take a break while I discuss this. And the droids just, they stop fighting and
they start hugging it out.
They're convening, just talking to each other and stuff.
Yeah.
And IG 93 approach. So, what kind of business is it that you seek?
The boss spot you called them. What was their normal designation? I apologize. Nick missed it. Cora, I'm sure would remember it, but
Are you referring to B372TX83 or General Thorn?
BTX 30. That one, sorry. That was the first one.
TX83.
Yes, TX83. We discussed that the travel agency is basically a transport and defense missions mostly. We're trying to provide our guests with safe travels as well as, comfort of mind. And it seems like you can handle yourself very well in scuffles, and I'm sure our clientele would be more than comfortable with that kind of protection.
What exactly would we be guarding or escorting?
Are these nuts?
Typically, it would be civilians most of the time. If not civilians, then high-class business personnel, well-paying entrepreneurs, philanthropists, things of that nature.
Rapists.
Full-on rapists.
Wait, what? Full-on rapists?
Our soldiers should be able to handle such jobs with ease.
Yeah, absolutely. And I figure that if I don't know your needs, but I'm sure that, we have a great, droid programs, and, if anyone has ever sexually assaulted you, we have lists for that. So, you can rest assured that your safety is our number one.
If somebody attempts to copulate with our droids, they are authorized to fire and kill them on sight.
It's called the Ivar Clause.
Correct.
I'm glad to see. It's reassuring in my mind that my company is not just strange for putting a clause in our rules as well. But, just if that was ever a concern, that, escorting people who are looking for to indulge in their vices, that, they can do so freely without, concern of you or people being abused or mistreated. I don't know if you prefer you people. My apologies. I don't mean to be insensitive.
We are okay with such things. You can call us people.
Fantastic. Well, how
heavy of security are you exactly looking for? B1 protection against pirates, B2 units, commandos, something heavier duty.
So our list of planets are rapidly growing. So it really depends on the area, and that determines how, from a safety rating of 1 to 5, the level of protection needed. Typically, most planets that we service or cater to at the moment are up to a level 2, which is, typical ruffians piracy. That it doesn't happen too often. But the ETA is starting to branch out into further reaches and further colonies that may offer more exotic and interesting challenges that may arise.
You require scouts for those locations our commando units can provide.
Well, I would be hard pressed to lose my job to someone like that. But that is my job to ensure the safety of those areas. But maybe further reach areas to preliminary scout, then I don't see why not. But please don't let me lose my job.
Understood. Self-preservation.
I mean, unless...
But for the
Unless
most part,
this is-
if your issue is ruffians and pirates, B1 units backed by smaller numbers of B2s should be able to handle the job, calling in commandos if necessary.
Okay, that sounds fantastic, and we can... I'll get you in touch with my supervisor, who can set up more number issues with you, or should I send that to TX? They referenced me to you, so
I would handle this.
Okay, fantastic. So I kind of go over to them and hand them my business card. 2 hands out. All that good stuff, and my supervisor's number and reference and all that. All the commercial stuff. Yeah.
I will set up a squad example for what we would provide.
Alrighty. Fantastic, and it was such a pleasure meeting you, IG-93.
You two, Cora, Q, correct?
Just Cora.
Understood. Where is Ivar?
They look like
Why do you people keep talking about this Ivar
he's
person?
dead.
Yeah, he's dead.
Too soon.
TX83 calculated that was likely to soon happen.
Should have happened a long time ago. He's talking
Yeah.
to whatever IG 122 is like. So you're
Yeah.
like his apprentice or something.
He attempts to respond, but like what you get is a whole bunch of like static and garbled mess, kind of like I guess like Bumblebee before he like really worked it out. Yeah, IG would like turn to you. IG 122 was created from the 2 Magna Guards you delivered to us after the Battle of Seleucami.
Oh, okay.
We have not exactly been able to get his voice boxes running properly.
That might have been me.
Based on the
Did you choke
destruction
him?
of their necks, makes sense.
That was me.
Yeah, I couldn't touch those. That was probably just you.
Do like the choke bitches.
I mean, is it a hardware problem or a software problem?
Hardware.
Oh, well, I don't know much about hardware. Apologies.
Yeah. So he's like, well, I guess we have time to kill. So I mean, I don't know. Anything else y'all want to do?
I need to get the spider droid put into my name.
Oh yeah.
I
How do
need
you
to
do
get my
that?
pistol back because I gave it to the wrong person in charge.
I simply just need to speak to the reclamation droids.
I mean,
IG93 would like adjourn his class. You guys are free. Go do whatever, and he'd be going off to prepare the squad thing he told Cora about.
So is IG-93 the one that has Chain's pistol?
No, that
that's
is General
General
Thorne.
Thorne.
No,
Yeah, he's the one who gave to.
basically gonna suck, like try to get over his nerves and go to every droid. Hey, do you know where the super tactical droid is, General Thorne?
So just like every droid you run into, that you're asking this.
yeah. So you would probably remember
Yeah,
him
if they've
go-
seen.
Keep going.
Do you ask Santa or Invisibot first? Because I don't think they'd know,
No.
but it would speak volumes.
Into like 3 times. Like, we all look the same.
Santa is a very odd one out looking droid.
I know,
here.
I know. That's why it's even weirder
Yeah.
when you accent it.
Mm-hmm.
Man, you're really racist. Z would like, if again she would go like meet with the boss bot or anyone, but like, did you guys reprogram Thorn, or does he still hate the Empire? I don't know if he was programmed to hate the Empire or that was his own thing. I don't know what was all that about.
We reasoned that that we did have to put some limiters on his personality, and so we did. However, we kept the majority of his memories intact, for we did not have a specialist on Imperial dealings.
I thought you was gonna reset him or something, but oh well, that's fine.
Negative.
Let him be his own
That
person
would
again.
be regret. That would be an unwise decision. When you reset a droid, their competence and tactical know-how can be completely annihilated.
Okay, yeah. 'Cause I just didn't want him to be like run around hating everyone that killed him and stuff, beat him up. He was really adamant. I don't know if someone like programmed him to be like that, or if that was just him.
Text delivered a storage of his memory drives to us. It appears that it was him. He has a long history of fighting the Empire,
Okay,
which is why he was useful to us.
hope he's not a problem.
Roger.
Okay, cool. Well, I guess we'll get Betty signed in for Santa.
Okay.
So we head off to go do that, I guess.
Yeah.
That
When you
voice is really hard on your voice, huh?
No, I've been sick all week and I'm still coughing a bit, and yeah, I don't know, maybe doing the voices is making it worse. I don't care though.
Yeah, I'm fully aware of how voices can.
I mean, normally I'm just fine with doing droid voices, but yeah. I'm fine, I swear.
I make it to the big battle droid. I'm like,
Yeah, he doesn't seem to notice you at first, being he's much larger than you. What are you doing?
I just yell up, "Oi, clanker!"
He looks down at you. He doesn't say anything yet. He's just looking at you right now.
I'm looking for General Thorn to get my blaster back. You know where he went.
When he speaks, it's pretty loud and it echoes a lot near. Negative!
Why is he yelling?
Yeah. You could probably guess, being his size, he's meant to talk across, like, you know, a decent length of the battlefield.
Across planets.
Yeah.
If Chain really wants the droid's attention, he knows the magic word to say.
That is our word. You cannot use our word.
Technically, we're not even.
I'm taking it back.
Reclaiming.
Yeah. And just so you guys know, this is
yeah,
the droid
I
that
looked over
Change
at
is called a
Santa.
clanker.
I've never heard one.
Oh, it's massive.
To actual scale.
Beat
Yep.
him up.
That is 15 by 15.
You and an
Okay.
entire party beat him up.
Z could have took it. It's fine.
Doubt it, but yeah. Alright, so... Yeah. Santa, you're at the requisitions.
After being told that,
Yeah?
I was after being told that I try to make my way up back to the command center, and that's the regular dual droid. Hey, where's General Thorne? That's
He is currently completing an assignment. What do you need him for?
I'm trying to get my pistol back.
Talk dirty to me.
Oh yes, you are the
Charge.
You gave it to him. Ha, 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 ha.
I mean,
But
do
I
you
do
guys carry these pistols by chance on your ship?
We do have holdout pistols, yes. Go to the requisition. They'll provide you with one.
Right.
Because I cannot currently disclose the general's current location.
It's classified.
Fair point. Fair point. And do you have a firing range by chance, or a training simulation? I need to work on some nerves.
We do not flash train a droid. That doesn't even make sense.
What you call me? I'm what you call a meatbag.
Some refer to humans and other organics as that, yes. I find it improper to do so.
Clones have a certain word for you.
Yes, I know. Clanker.
Wow.
I got a message from
Well, you just said
B372 saying some shitbird clone called me a clanker in the hangar. He was looking for Thorn.
Yeah, well, I yelled. He didn't hear me, so I used the word. The only word you guys hear from his clones that you guys want to hear.
I will tell you one thing. It is not advisable to enrage my colleague.
No, that is a good point. Angering the big guy does seem like a stupid thing.
No. What is it? T83? What is it?
I didn't catch you there. What'd you say?
I think he's asking for a designation.
Ragnar.
Oh, no. I'm just throwing out numbers. You not hear me?
I didn't hear you there, no.
Hello?
Ragnar, I can hear you. I did not hear you. Oh, yeah.
To hear us. Yeah, he might not be able to hear us, because I started thinking that because he would, like, kind of sporadically would say something in between stuff. Can you hear us now?
Ragnar? Ragnar.
Ragnar,
We're going
Destroyer.
down. Loaded God complex, cock it and pull it.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yes.
Can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you guys.
Okay, but I didn't catch what the last thing you were saying was.
No.
Rag?
How many droids were in the room, so I wasn't really...
What? Yeah, like you're cutting, just type it.
I think it's asking how many droids in the room so we can kill the guy.
It's about counting number of
No.
Well, being that he revealed the hidden commandos in there, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17.
Do you want to have a 1v50?
There's 17 droids in there, not counting TX-83. And, well, 4 of them are B2HAs. 4 of them are Magna Commandos, and 9 of them are B1s. And also, Chain has no idea what a Magna Commando is or can do. He just knows it looks like a BX.
Commands Magnos. What those are.
He commands magnets.
Yep, Magneto Commando.
Nito?
Magnifico.
Oh, that's what you asked him, okay. TX-83's simple response. It is probably because you have nothing worth saying.
Oh shit! Getting called out, boy.
And nothing worth listening to, of course.
As my duty head runs off.
Hey, Con, us dicks or the droids' dicks?
The droids.
They changed by
I mean,
himself
fair.
and talking to them while we were at the getting Betty signed up, because I don't know if we went in there. I thought we were going to do that, and then Chain wandered off to look for things by himself.
Yeah, so the rest of you guys, as Chain is getting kinda roasted by TX-83, are currently at the requisition. Yep, the requisitionary droid's there. What are you doing?
Santa approaches him and says, I'm here to put the droid known as Slutty Betty under my name.
Slutty bet. What?
Ivar's droid.
Who?
Ivar.
Let me
Bald
check.
man. Tattoo on his head. Tried to have sex with you, probably.
Guy that wanted boobs on the new guys.
Oh, that one. Yeah, give me a minute.
So, wait, do you normally have to... No, of course you normally have to just list atrocities. But why was that the one that stuck?
Come on.
You guys
Like,
hear me
trying to
now?
fuck someone is probably worse than just trying to put tits on something,
I
right?
hear you if you're saying to the Ragnar.
Okay, I was just making sure.
Yeah, alright. Dwarf spider droid, right?
Roger.
Uh-huh. Yep. Previous owner dead. Thank the Force.
Did that droid just think the Force?
That droid just thanked the Force.
Be careful with what you say.
Yeah,
Why?
I'm thanking the ancestors next.
Ivar was my friend.
I pity you. And he goes back to what he's doing. Alright. Yeah, his, or her. I guess her for this situation. Yeah, they need to be reassigned to a new contract holder, or they're meant to return to our custody.
Mm-hmm.
I presume that's what you're trying to do?
Roger.
Okay. We're going to require a third of the cost of the droid, so we're going to need 2,000 credits for the fee. Hello?
Can I get a droid discount?
No?
Fair enough.
It's not like you're a member of the division.
I am just unaware if there is any negotiation with this price.
No. Why would we do that?
Because of all the work we have put in to help you all.
If I recall correctly, those were contract jobs.
That have still benefited you.
Yeah, but we paid you for those, so it's not like you're just doing us favors.
In my defense, I have not seen a single credit.
Wow, sucks for you.
It's set to finally. Wait, where was my cut? Oh,
Excuse me one moment. I turn to Z. Where is my money?
What?
Where is my money, bitch?
I don't know. Where'd you put your money?
Give me my money, bitch. Where my 350?
He pulls out lightsabers. Like, whoa, what are you doing?
Where my 350?
You okay?
I was just made aware that we have done several jobs for these people, and you have yet to given me any payment.
They gave us money. I gave you money.
I was not given money.
Well, I handed money to everyone. If they gave us money, we got money. I don't remember them giving us money, though.
Dr. Lore, have you been given money?
I think the last time I got money was that one planetary siege. It was from selling scrap, if I remember correctly. But you weren't there for that, were you? Something about hyperspace jump? Or no, I think you got a cut of the salvage money.
I did
Oh yeah,
not.
a lot of times you're just not here. You're like wandering around or something. Doing random Santa stuff.
I was put through hyperspace.
I mean, you put yourself through hyperspace.
And you didn't exactly help kill Admiral Thorne, or what was the droid's name?
General Thorne.
General?
Yes, he was a general.
As opposed to Admiral Thrawn, but yeah, General Thorne. Like, the money associated with that is not something you contributed to, and that's the only time I've been paid with this group. So I don't know how much longer you were here than I was, or if that's like one or more paychecks that one of us has been skipped over for. I honestly couldn't tell you.
Even then, I feel I've just been skipped out on several money. I thought we were doing all this work for free.
Well, I mean, maybe you were. I mean, usually when we talk, to them, they say like, I say like, hey, we can help you guys. They're like, oh, what do you want? And I go like, well, I want a cool droid. Then someone else says like, yeah, I need information. And they go like, what do you want for Christmas? And you go like, nothing. And then we go, okay. And then we go and do things. I mean, you should respond with money.
Because that is the most common form of transaction. You do not go and do work just so you can get your money in forms of seashells.
I mean, I do what I'm doing, I get paid what I want to get paid, and I ask for what I want. But I mean, if you don't, that's on you.
Santa, are you looking for a job? Robot?
I looked to the droid that's doing the paperwork, like, I will be back. I'm going to head to the ship.
Just start pulling shit off the ship and selling it.
Cut the Ivar real fast, because I needed my sisters on the phone. I can't hear anything.
Huh?
You cut the Ivar for a minute so I can keep having this. My sister's on the phone. I can't really hear anything.
Okay, Ivar, you're currently harassing a droid. Ragnar.
by the sounds of it, it's more like one punishment.
Yeah, some of them would do that because like that's fucked up. Looks like word had spread fast.
I looked straight up at him. I was like, you know what? I'm done calling them clankers. You're the true clanker. You're the asshole.
Yeah. After like some nuts and bolts, a rock, hunk of scrap metal are thrown at it. Just like eventually there's a blaster bolt fired. It misses, but like it came pretty close, and that's when the giant, the giant battle droid, the B372, just comes over and just he essentially just grabs the droid by the head with two of his fingers, just picks it up. Gets walking towards the requisitions to fix it.
I look at him. Hey, that's what I'm doing. This asshole was being mean to the B1s.
He's had enough.
Alright, lead the way, because I'm trying to go there myself.
Yeah. When he gets to the auxiliary hallway that leads to the requisitions, he doesn't exactly fit. And so, like, you see V372 just kind of crouch down, place the droid on the floor, and then just, like, flick the bottom of it, and it goes sliding really fast down the hallway.
I just look at him. I could have just carried him.
He doesn't respond. Just goes back to, like, moving crates around and shit.
Fucking arrogant battle droids. Think they're better. I guess I just follow the scrape marks all the way to the requisitions.
Yeah, at the very end of that hallway, following the scrape marks, yeah, you find a sign labeled requisitions.
Oh, hey, I'm here to get a holdout. Because General Thorne took mine and I haven't gotten it back.
Oh, yeah. We did get a small order saying if a clone trooper shows up, give him a holdout. Here you are, sir.
Thank
just,
you. And,
just hands you a holdout blaster.
And, that, medical droid is putting B1s in nurses' outfits, so take your time repairing them.
You hear just like ting, ting, ting in the back, like behind that B1, like at the little like shop window thing. Like if you like look around behind him, you see another B1. He's just like doing the smacking his hand to the wrench thing, like
Oh shit, it's you! It's good to see you.
What'd you say?
I said, oh shit, it's you! I can't tell them apart.
Yeah. You can tell this one is the same one. Looks like he was coming. Looks like he knew he was gonna get to meet him again at the repairs.
I look at him. Do you mind if I come back there and just help you? Because I know us clones.
Sorry, sir. Requisitions areas are off limits to non-division members.
You know what? I think I found a new degrading word. You guys have finally, in my book, went from clankers to actual people. He's a clanker now.
Okay.
I feel bad for you, too. You should not have been able to... Why? Why? Just why? The nurse outfit, why?
Yeah. Eventually the door opens and that B1 with the big ol' wrench comes out and drags them in, and you begin to hear some more ping, 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 ping after the door closes.
So, I look at the requisition. Does this have something to do with an Ivar person?
No.
What's the story with this fucker?
I don't want to say.
Jeez. Even the IG unit froze up when was mentioned about him.
Yeah, after like that second, the droid just immediately breaks. He asked me to make droids with boobs. I don't like it. I don't like it.
He didn't fuck any of them, did he?
I don't know. I don't want to think about it.
Isn't that his spider droid? Why don't we just power him up and ask?
Yeah, good idea.
What was on the droid where he touched you?
Yeah. Santa, what are you doing right now?
Right, so
I think he was yelling at Z about money.
Yeah, so once Santa gets to the ship, it's gonna take a moment, and he's gonna head to the comms link to
The transmitter, you mean?
the transmitter to see about getting into contact with an old.
Ria would be there, and Y7 would be required.
You want to finish the
act-
conversation with Z or whatever?
Yeah.
You wander off. But Z would have told you, like, when we do like bounty jobs, they like offer money or whatever. We just like she gives half the money to the ship and the other half gets split between everyone that was part of it. And then she says, like, whenever we do things that like personal stuff, like if we do like missions or help each other, like you just ask the people, like, we're willing to help and this is what we want. And if you don't ask for anything, then I guess you don't get anything.
Santa would still have head to the ship after that.
Okay. Yeah.
And once there,
R2Y7 would beep to you, asking who you're trying to contact.
Julamai, Sturby.
He'd ask if you meant Sturbia.
Sturbia, yes.
Okay. And he'd put the call through, pretty much. Yeah. My bad?
You okay?
Yeah, I'm good. You don't get Jewel, am I? Rather, you get redirected to some Bith. And I didn't mispronounce bitch, I said Bith.
Okay.
It's a species.
Okay. Santa's saying this is like,
Yeah, like, he initially speaks in Huttese.
is there a translator available?
If you tried to speak in Basic, he would switch to Basic.
Well, good news is I know Huttese. I speak in Huttese.
Okay, you're speaking in Huttese. Yeah? What do you want?
I'm trying to get in contact with Julamai.
What for?
I have a request for her.
What is it?
Let her know that Sal is wanting to speak to her.
Alrighty. She's a busy woman, though.
I'm aware.
That it?
Let her know that I wish to speak with her.
Alright. And he'd end the call.
Alright, Santa will wait for a response back.
Yeah. So... Yeah. When that B1 and Chain power up Slutty Betty immediately doing like the the terms of service thing, like she did with Santa that one time, with the hologram. No, stop that. No. Did your old owner do gross things to you? Slutty Betty would just like answer no in binary. Because I don't think Ivar ever actually did anything gross to his droids.
No, Ivar just the only thing Ivar did to Betty was sit on top of her when they were like traveling.
She says no.
In what manner?
Think My guess is that she's either lying or, well, he stripped those memories out.
We're working with a
He
notorious
wasn't that
droid
smart.
fucker, so it can't just be that they didn't fuck the droid.
They're in safe mode every time he did it.
Incognito mode.
That's what I'm thinking.
Alright, well, I know for us clones, we would wipe the system, like their memory banks. Is their memory bank still intact from the service day till now?
Yeah.
Then yeah, I don't think whoever the cyber is smart enough to wipe it.
Okay. So he was just into B1s then, I guess.
Do you have any of his B1s that are here? Well, that were?
The droid, despite... They shouldn't be able to do this. The droid cringes to think about it.
The
Not
metal
that-
just crumpled up.
Yeah. They were called the Dazzle Brigade.
Oh god. Why were they called that?
They were pink and sparkly.
Oh god.
Uh,
I mean, it's better than...
he returned them, and I
Let me
don't
guess.
know where they ended up exactly.
Would they be here on the ship? Just working for the
Probably. They might be on a mission. I don't know. They might have died. But, yeah.
Well, who do I go talk to find out about these droids so you and I can get to the bottom of this Ivar person?
Wait, you're with the party, like the group who was with this guy, weren't you? Why don't you ask them?
What they... Half of them say he fucked them. One, the the B2 is friends with him. I don't know which to believe.
I'll be honest, that B2 seems a little, sparking in the processor.
Yeah, true. But so far we got a spider droid saying he didn't do anything to them.
Uh-huh.
Now, you said he's owned how many B1s?
He had 4.
Okay. Then anything else after those B1s?
Just this, I think.
Okay, so we need to find the B1s.
I can put a motion in to, I guess, try to identify them, but it may take a while.
You know what? This is gonna be strange, but here's how you can get a hold of me, and we can get to the bottom of this, so we can put the crews of these and you droids of these.
Roger.
Oh yeah, thanks for the pistol.
Here's my holo number back.
Alright.
I'm Unit 4859.
I'm just gonna call you Steve. It's gonna be easier. To be honest, I'm tired
What?
of doing numbers. I look at the drawings, so I'm just gonna call you Steve. I'm tired of doing numbers.
I prefer Larry.
Ordinary.
Sorry, that caught me really off guard.
But alright, I'll see what I can find out.
Alright.
This feels weird working with a clone, but
Oh,
Alright.
trust me. If my brothers find out that I'm working with droids, it's going to be awkward too, because I know each B1, B2, and what are those new ones? I've never seen them before. They
It's
look
fine,
like
all your
they're
brothers
not-
are dead.
oh, those ones, those are like our best ones, I think.
Are they your replacements?
Huh?
I look at him. Are they your replacements?
You're referring to the ones who look like BXs, right?
Yeah.
No, I doubt they'll ever be able to. I doubt they'll ever be able to make enough that can do that. We got plenty of battles left to fight. Obsolescence can wait.
I look at Larry. Well, if you and the other B1s ever need to go somewhere, us clones will be willing to take you in.
If I recall correctly, after the shutdown command, you guys started shooting and destroying us all, right?
And most of us are now retired, so we don't follow that order.
Can you repeat that? I didn't hear you.
I look at him. Well, most of us now are retired. We don't follow that order anymore, unless you attack us first.
I sure hope.
But yeah, I'm gonna get back to my ship. Well, the ship, so I can get some weapons practice in.
All right.
I'll walk away with the new holdout pistol.
And with that interaction, the requisitions droid who you guys have interacted with so many times finally has a name. His name is Larry.
Larry.
And we're doing the investigation of Ivar and droids.
Do you think that the requisition officer has a hairbrush?
Probably not.
So where's their hairbrush?
Non-existent, because it's a droid.
That sounds like an existential crisis.
Wait, so did we already do the thing with Trigger?
You guys did not do the negotiations, no.
Okay.
And so we're gonna cut back to actually wait, blah blah blah. Yeah, I think this would be a decent spot to stop for the night, because I kinda need to go to bed.
Alright. We'll pick up with probably Santa getting the response back, probably, maybe.
Or with Petruger arriving, or any number of other things.
Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Good night.
Yep.
Good
And now
night, Morris.
Larry needs a token.
Just
Can
do
it just
Larry
be-
the cucumber.
Can it just be a B1